leaving, probably around 3 something. If you're here past 3:30. Meatball came out. Martin, Meatball came out and said hi to Colleen. My friend's girlfriend just texted me. She's watching our cats. I miss my babies. Got a motorboat that's so hard.
Wait, I do have another quick question, if you don't mind. Is it coincidental or on purpose that Merrick's voice sounds a lot like the Monarch from Venture Brothers?
Oh, it's total. It's intentional. It's very
I
intentional.
thought so.
He's kind of like my cross between the Monarch and Skeletor. Which I'm sure they did intentionally as well. Hello.
Hi, I was curious on what the Pharaoh thinks of Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal.
Oh. It looks like I threw up on my hair. And I haven't washed it yet. It's kind of a, I don't know, it's a little bit of an, I don't like the animation style in that show. It's a little weird. The Pharaoh is not pleased. There you go.
Tell the Pharaoh to suck it up.
Alright, and one other thing. Do you think you can say your line from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX episode 16 where you're acting as Jaden?
Yeah, which line in particular would you like to hit?
It's at the end where it goes, sup dogs?
Sup
Throw
dogs?
up and get your gay on.
What was it?
Get your gay on?
Yeah, that's what he says. What was the line?
It was, sup dogs, let's throw up and get your gay on.
That's it. Sup dogs, let's throw up and get your gay on. Shady could have done it better. Hi. Hello. Where is Shady? He's in England. Sorry.
He's at home.
Hello.
I'm curious, since you're both voice actors, when you guys go home and just do whatever, do you occasionally talk in your...
Do whatever.
What do we do?
Do you ever talk in the roles that you've already done in video games or the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged Series?
Do we already talk in the voices that we've done
Like
before?
Like if we've been recording like for a character or something, do we come home and then like continue talking in that character's voice?
Well, you know the video that mentions there's poop down there?
Yes.
I'll leave it at that.
That was inspired by a real situation. This sounds way worse than it actually was.
But that's the beauty of the imagination.
I want to tell the story where it makes you sound like a racist. It's a really funny story, but she kind of sounds racist. We were role-playing.
Some of my best friends are black.
We were role-playing as Marek and Bakura, and I was Bakura and she was Marek. And at one point... And I was trying to be all sexy and like saying things like, I'm going to take you into the shadow realm and take you...
Like what, 2 years ago?
I was like, I'm going to take you into the shadow realm and it'll be darkness and you won't be able to see anything because it'll be so dark and anything could happen, it'll be dangerous and dark and the shadows, blah. And she goes, it's a shame we're not black. To be fair, she was completely in character. Because it was the dumbest thing she could have possibly said. It killed the mood dead. So yeah, sometimes we do the character voices.
I swear to God, I just heard a ew.
I don't think we've ever done it unintentionally, though. Have we?
No, I tease you with my British accent.
Yeah.
Just to mess around with you and mostly to practice. Because
somebody came by the booth earlier and said, who do you think does a better British accent, you or your wife? And I was like, yeah.
Can I ask one more question?
Oh, okay.
No.
Since in the Bonzi on Timer Bridge movie, you said Paradox's great-great-great-grandfather is Darts.
Yes.
Well, as a question of Darts, who did you marry?
I don't play darts, so I can't really do the voice. Ask Takahata 101, so I feel
Well, you
bad.
can still answer the question. Who did he marry?
No.
A blind woman, a blind and deaf woman, Helen Keller. He married Helen Keller's great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter.
What? What is happening?
Would you hit that?
What? I think we're offending people. Who ships it?
I just want the fan fiction, that's all I'm saying. On my desk. We've seen pretty much everything as the internet.
Seems pretty crazy
Anything
stuff
else?
out there. Did that answer your question? Helen Keller's ancestor, I guess? I'm so sorry.
No, thank you. I have my new OTV.
Excellent. Dooney.
Hi.
Hello.
As we all know, you recently did an episode with Dark Side Incorporated, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Abridged.
That's correct.
So, I got an argument about this on YouTube. What is the real story behind Shady could have done it better?
Oh, there's some drama involved there. You really want to hear the story behind Shady could have done it better?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to name any names, but there was a panel at YomoCon 2010, I believe, or YomoCon 2009. One of the, I think 10. We were doing a Team 4-star panel, and somebody in the audience stood up and asked, Takahata 101 and LittleKuriboh, when are you guys going to do another Sonic X Abridged? And we were both baffled as to what they were talking about. And I turned to Taka and said, oh wait, we were in an episode of a Sonic X Abridged. We were in a friend of ours, pilot episode that never ended up getting a sequel. And we were like, oh yeah, we have no idea if we're going to do more because we were just voice actors in that. And then somebody else on the panel was like, oh, that series wasn't very good, just watch Shady's version, it'll be much better. and we were like, oh. So basically, it was somebody insulting somebody else's Abridged series and saying that Shady's version was going to be much better. And ever since then, we've just made Shady could do it better into a meme. And there was even a song about it, based on Leather Pants, where it was like, Shady could have done it better. Wow. It wasn't very original.
Thanks. That was the best inside joke that went viral ever.
There's a lot of inside jokes that I may or may not explain at some point. No problem. Oi, Kindle! Stop starting, Kindle! I'm sorry.
I'll try. I think most of us will accept the fact that you're more or less the father of the Abridged series.
Oh, okay.
But why did you break that ice as an original, and why did you pick Yu-Gi-Oh as that medium?
So why did I start being an Abridger, is basically, and why did I pick Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah.
Really, the original inspiration for it was, I don't know if I told this story already on the panel yesterday, but I used to watch really terrible TV shows and mute the TV and set up a camera filming it, and then I just do the voices over it and just with my friends and just talk and do goofy voices and pretend I knew what was going on and just create a new storyline. And I loved doing that. I would come to school with my friends the next day and be like, remember the time we said this in the show that we just made? And they'd be like, yeah, stop talking about it. So I kept that in my mind, and at one point I was in a really dark place in my life. I actually was a shut-in for 6 years. I dropped off the face of the earth. I dropped out of school. I basically thought I was a failure. And then I sat down and started watching Yu-Gi-Oh! And it really inspired me. I really loved the message of friendship and the positive experiences and everything. The whole storyline really spoke to me. And I thought, I have to celebrate this. I have to really pay tribute to this great show. I know, I'll make fun of it. Because it is kind of ridiculous. As much as I love the show, it's pretty ridiculous. So I decided to do what I did with my friends back in school, and I took the video footage and I muted it and I just spoke over it and thought, I can do a pretty reasonable twisted voice, maybe I can do the other characters as well. And I tried it and 12 people liked it, and then 12 became 120, and then 120 became 12,000, and so on and so on. And really the reason I did it is because I realized I loved Yu-Gi-Oh! And I loved making people laugh. And doing that made me able to grow as a person, come out of my shell and do this sort of thing all the time. Like, I'm doing 3 conventions this year, and if I'd known I was going to be doing public speaking like a dozen times this month, back then I would have been like, why would I talk to people? I don't understand. So it's really helped me a lot, and I think the reason I did it was just because I wanted to recapture the feelings I had as a young boy doing that in my living room with my friends. So really it was an attempt to recapture like nostalgic feelings like that. No problem.
He's definitely going to need an adjustment. Stop being short. Oh, grow up.
Can you answer this one? Can you answer this one in the LittleKuriboh voice?
Okay.
Hey Seto, can I be in the movie too?
Shut up, MomoCon.
I'm sure that was 10 times more satisfying actually telling an actual child.
I want to do that a lot. Shut up, MomoCon. Sorry.
I have a question for Joey.
Hey, what's up there?
Do you think my Valentine's
No, I
breast-
don't think at all. Have you not been paying attention to the show? What do I think about mine?
Do you think her breasts will ever win a duel?
I don't know. I mean, I do think about her boobs a lot, but never in that sort of situation. Maybe...
Women can't duel.
Hey, that doesn't make any sense because you're a woman. You can't be a sexist. Would your boobs win in a duel, Mariana Miller?
Hell no.
No.
You guys suck. Can't even play video games right.
That's true. But I think that my boobs will probably have to face someone like Yuma from Zexel before she could win. She sucks. What are you on about?
There was it's not a children's card game because it's illegal for children to play it. But, wow, you guys thought I was going the sex thing. I'm talking about blackjack. So we were in Vegas and I was playing blackjack for the first time. I had just turned 21. And so, you know, you had time to try and get 21 and blah, blah, blah. And I put like $100 down on the table. And it went like that. And the dealer looked me straight in the face as he took my last chip and said, "You suck." He's a very sassy Filipino guy.
That's awesome. Hey!
We got time for about one more question.
Okay. Really? What time is it?
It's 7:45. Panel ends at 8, doesn't it?
Doesn't it end at 8:15 technically? Oh. Really?
Okay, well hold on. I have the official boob schedule. Wait, you have the official boob schedule.
My official squad, I mean, I don't need to argue or anything.
Yes.
But my thing says 8:15, but I'm happy to wrap it up whenever you want. I just don't want to... Sure?
Yeah.
Just a couple more questions. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry that somebody won't get to...
Guys, we can't waste our time arguing. We need to get to work.
Let's do the question.
Hi.
Hi.
My name's Becca. This is my first con.
Oh, congratulations. That's awesome. Everybody say hello, Becca. Hello, Becca.
And I was wondering if there's any other ships other than Beef Ship.
That I ship? Oh.
No.
No, there is.
Okay, yeah, well there was that one time you were telling me about how you shipped Joey and Maya and then I stabbed myself.
Not as a result of telling them that. I do kind of ship Joey and Mai. I kind of ship Taya and Yugi. I think that's really adorable. Sometimes I ship Yami and Yugi. All the hetero ships are like,
They look exactly the same!
yeah, I dabble in other ones, but those are the main ones. What about you? What do you ship? See, I put you on the spot. I'm sorry?
Joey and Maya?
Joey and Maya.
Is that what you said?
That's awesome.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Hi.
Hello, don't kill us with your invisible arms, please.
You know I love you because I talked to you yesterday. Huge fan. and I wanted to know how, you know how we feel about you, I wanted to know how you felt about your fans.
I'm sorry, say again?
I want to know how you feel about your fans.
How do I feel about them?
Yes, tell us how much you love us.
I wouldn't be able to do this thing without you guys. I really would. You guys, you guys seriously mean the world to me. Like, for every one person who's like, where's the new episode, or LittleKuriboh isn't funny anymore.
Or a sellout, even though you don't make money on the show.
There's like 5,000 people who are like, we love what you do. I have actually been told at this convention more times than I can count that what I do has changed people's lives and has like made like such a huge difference to them and like has made them able to reconnect with people that they've fallen out with and everything. So, is that really sad music playing because I'm being emotional?
Pretty sure it's somebody being rude with their cell phone.
Oh, okay. But I actually, yeah, it really, like, the show's changed my life, and to know that it's changed you guys' lives is the best feeling ever, seriously. You guys are awesome, absolutely.
Well, like, if I want to step in too, because even in the extremely limited involvement I have with the show, mostly just behind the scenes and organizing convention trips and making sure that he eats and works.
I do forget sometimes.
But I mean, we can't even express how grateful we are to all you guys who come to conventions and see him and come to the booth and buy merchandise from us, because that has helped us immensely. It's completely changed our lives. And
it's made me able to be with her, you know?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's true. I mean, I was a fan of his and he was a fan of mine, and it was because we had, you know, the shirts and everything, and that we were able to scrape together the money to be together, and because visas are expensive.
I really don't know what I'd do without you, Marion.
Yay! I ship it.
What did you say to you before, by the way?
Oh, 15 minutes from like 3 minutes ago. So we'll just go till 8. Yeah?
Wait, I need to show the video though.
Okay, so show the video.
Should I show the video now? I'm really sorry that we have to cut off the line for questions. I'm really, really sorry. If we have time after the video, then maybe, but that would mean you guys wouldn't be in the same order.
We'll show the video. If you want to ask a question, stay in line.
But the problem is that the line's going to block people from seeing the screen.
Oh, then just kneel. Okay, hold on. Let's be honest. Probably only the first like 4 or 5 people are going to get questions.
So we're very sorry.
So everyone behind the chick with the goggles who just did this, go ahead and sit down. I'm very sorry.
I'm very sorry, but...
Thank you, and I love you.
Oh, thank you.
And then,
we are doing another panel tomorrow at 10 a.m. If you guys are going to come to that, if you have more questions, I'm really sorry if we
so we'll go ahead and start the video.
Hey. Yeah. I'm what, sir? I promise. What do you mean? What do you mean by promise, then?
She wants you to give her an idea as to what she should write.
We'll talk about it after the panel, okay?
Yeah, we'll have to talk about it tomorrow.
Alright, so here we go with this video that I'm sorry that I teased you guys with for so long. But yeah, I spent the last 3 weeks working on this, and it's not amazing, but I'm happy with it, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Oh, the Millennium Puzzle! I've solved it! After all my years of trying, I've finally succeeded! Why don't I remember doing that?
Grandpa, you don't even remember what day it is.
Pudding Day?
Not a real day, Grandpa. And besides, I solved the puzzle.
Look, there's an inscription. Whoever solves this puzzle shall be granted its dark power. At last I shall have dominion over all living things. And Pudding...
No, Grandpa, that's not how...
Mind Crush, Yugi!
That's not how it works.
I am now a sexy Egyptian pharaoh, Yugi, who will go on many adventures with his friends.
No.
King of Games.
No.
Where's that Taya girl? She likes me now.
No.
Mind Crush, Yugi.
Stop that.
This intro is so long, and I apologize.
It was worth it.
Look at her Amy on the button light switch. Who watches over you? Like a little birdhouse.
great comedy guy. Is that a
I'm
minute?
going to jump. Nobody tried to stop me. I beg your pardon.
Do it!
I'm having second thoughts now.
Don't be a bitch, bitch.
Yeah, having sleep time is my favorite class. I just had this crazy dream where we all lived in a world where crimes and other such problems were solved by the police, and not by teenagers playing card games. That's being pretty f***ed up, Joey. So what happened in class today, yo? Well, Tristan learned how to write boobies on his calculator. I am a sorcerer! And the teacher told us a dangerous criminal has escaped from prison. Really? What'd he do? Murder? Robbery? Much worse. He posted an anime parody on the internet. Jesus, that is the single worst thing a person could possibly do. Yeah, they're thinking about bringing back the death penalty. Man, all this talk about capital punishment is making me hungry. Let's go to a fast food restaurant. I don't know, Joey. It might be kind of dangerous out there. Don't be a bitch, bitch. It just says boobs. Here we are in Mega World. Joey, you really don't have to announce it every time we go somewhere new. Here we are at Sidewalk. Welcome to Burger World. Try our new unhappy meals. They come with a free stomach hug. Who got a free stomach? Wait, you guys are working here? Talk about undignified. I have plenty of dignity.
Taylor.
Yes, sir?
Some old lady made a mess in the bathroom. I need you to clean it up.
Can I use a mop this time?
What does this look like? A mop store? Use your shirt like always.
Thanks, here we are at table. I just can't get over how good Taya looks in her uniform. Yeah, it's slightly less revealing than her regular clothes. Here is your food. I hope you like ketchup. Actually, I have an allergy that causes me to go into anaphylactic... Yummy! Lots and lots of ketchup. Remember to tip your waitress. I give the Egyptian gods 10%. Why should I give you 18? That's pretty dumb, Joey. Why are you working here anyway, Taya? I'm trying to raise enough money to become a famous dancer in New York City. With this job, it should only take about 75 years. Thanks, Mama. Yeah, who wouldn't want to pay to see an old Asian woman shaking a moneymaker? Ah, that torments my obelisk.
Detective Gray of the YPD. We have reports you might be harboring a known criminal.
The YPD? What's that?
The YouTube Police Department. Whenever there's a copyright violation, we'll be there.
To do what exactly?
Well, when someone violates copyright 3 times, we put them in jail.
Have you ever arrested someone who was innocent?
Oh, all the time. It's crazy how many people we arrest that didn't do anything. I mean, we probably arrest more innocent people than we do criminal. It's crazy.
Doesn't that seem like kind of a flawed system?
Of course not. This way everyone who breaks the law gets punished.
But so do the innocent people.
Look, I don't claim to understand the law. I just enforce it, blindly and without hesitation.
You seem like you have no idea what you're doing.
Of course not. Why else would they hire me? I mean,
so who are you looking for anyway?
It goes by the name Tatsu the Hedgehog. He's known for his blue hair, love of chili dogs, and being an increasingly disappointing video game.
This food is way past cool, huh?
Here's an artist's likeness of what the suspect looks like.
I think the bad guy is Sonic. Oh, you don't know that.
And you believe the suspect might be hiding out here?
Bingo! The criminal could be disguised as anybody. He could be Patrick Stewart.
Or what? Engage!
Mr. Creosote.
Better get a bucket, I'm gonna throw up.
Even Hayao Miyazaki over there.
Those are the ones who don't use traditional animation.
He could even be disguising himself as this guy's leg! Never mind, false alarm. Those guys will never catch me because they're too slow.
Excuse me, sir. You don't happen to be associated with Sega, do you?
Uh-oh, got speed, kid.
Tatsu the Hedgehog, you're coming with me. Wait a minute, that tattoo, that belongs to Jiro the Yellow Spider, one of the most infamous YouTube criminals known to man.
What did he do?
He made 2 copyright violations, but then never made a 3rd, making it impossible to arrest him. He's a criminal genius.
Man, the YouTube legal system sucks all kinds of ass.
You'll never take me alive. That's right, it's me, Jiro the Yellow Spider. Criminal mastermind and part-time fast food restaurant manager.
Holy unnecessary plot twist.
Everybody get on the ground or I'll put a bullet in this girl's brain.
Somebody help! He's treating me slightly worse than most other restaurant employers. Is this a bad time to ask for my tip back? Here we are at hostage situation.
Hey, somebody fetch me some booze and a smoke.
Why would either of those things be in a fast food restaurant?
It's the only thing Miyazaki ever orders. Isn't that right, Mr. Miyazaki?
Shut up, I'm trying to animate cute shit over here.
Hey, why don't you sing us a tune while I wait for my booze?
'Cause baby, you're a firework. Something, something, firework.
but being mine right now. Thought I'd pop over and fix that.
Oh, hey, kid. Thanks for the cigs. Been a long time since I had a smoke.
And speaking of things that'll kill ya, how'd you like to play a game?
A game, huh? What? Like Monopoly?
Exactly like Monopoly. Except instead of going to jail, you wind up in a shallow grave. It's a hoot.
So how do we play?
We each choose a finger, and then we try to kill each other with it. It's a fun game. I once pitched it to Mattel, and they turned me down, saying that the rules were confusing and dangerous. I mean, come on, what's so confusing about killing each other? A kid can understand that.
Oh, come on. This is too easy. I choose my trigger finger.
And I choose my thumb. It's the daddy finger.
Cute. But let me ask you something, kid. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
As a matter of fact, I have. We were on a blind date. Unfortunately, he never returns my calls. Says I'm too creepy.
Hey, how about lighting my cigarette before I gun you down in cold blood?
Well, you seem like a reasonable homicidal maniac, so why not? Oops, butterfingers.
Hey, what the hell?
That's Russian vodka you're pouring all over yourself. If you were to shoot me, the lighter would fall from your hand and you would be cooked to a crisp. It'd probably be the closest this restaurant would get to offering 100% beef.
It's you to insult my restaurant's health standards! I'm on fire!
Now that's what I call a sick bird.
Man, it's pretty fucked up, you.
Pretty fucked up, Joey.
Well, that was an adventure and a half. How are you feeling, Taya?
How do you think I'm feeling? I was rescued by a gorgeous knight in shining armor. I'm living every girl's dream.
You mean aside from the part where you were held at gunpoint, right?
You still have so much to learn about women, Yugi.
Besides, weren't you blindfolded? How do you know he was gorgeous?
Come on, anyone with a voice that deep has got to be at least worth a homina homina. Maybe even a homina homina homina.
How many hominas am I worth?
You're half a homina.
So I'm a ham.
No, the other half. You're a nab.
Well, you know, Taya, I've been going through puberty and...
Don't try and do the voice, Yugi. It just sounds stupid coming from you. Besides, nothing can change my mind now. I'm in love with that mysterious stranger who rescued me.
But he killed a man. Really sadistically. Like tortured him.
Yeah, that was hot.
He burned a guy to death right next to you. It was messed up.
Yeah, really hot. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna marry him.
Well, it's just blows. Thanks, Obama.
And scene. We unfortunately can't take any more questions because it is 8:01, so thank you for coming to the panel.
Thank you guys so much for coming to the panel. I hope you guys have a great rest of the convention. Please stop by the dealer's hall if you guys want to see us tomorrow.
We don't have time, we have to go eat.